you ever seen something on the internet or social media that you thought was a lie or might have been untrue? Yeah, you're not alone. In fact, about half of Americans in a recent survey said that they had come across false or made-up information online about the coronavirus. Like you can treat it or prevent it if you blow a hairdryer up your nose. Okay, that is definitely not true. Do not try that. That could end up being really dangerous. We actually call false information like that misinformation because it's made-up information that's meant to mislead other people. Not cool. Now, misinformation is always out there, but it really tends to surge when big things are going on in our world, like our current health crisis. We're actually living through a phenomenon right now because of it, called an infodemic, which basically means that there is a ton of extra false information swirling around the internet that can be really confusing or misleading for some people who are just trying to find the answers to their questions online. Social media is a really powerful tool, but it gives news stories, whether they're real or not, the opportunity to go viral and be seen and shared by millions and millions of people. But you can't always believe everything you see online, right? I mean, even pictures and videos can lie. Photoshop, deepfakes, clickbaity headlines can all be really deceiving, and they can make you or anyone believe something that isn't even true at all. The spread of misinformation has to stop, and you can help. So here are 3 things that you can do to try to figure out if a news story or claim is fact or fiction. Tip number 1, if you can see it, take a look at the URL of the article in question. If it ends with something like .com, .co, or any other weird combination of letters, you can probably assume that that's a fake site. Or if the words in the URL itself seem like a weird version of a real news source, it's probably a weird version of the news, meaning that it's fake. But you can't always see the URL, and sometimes when you can, it might seem totally normal. So what else can you do? Tip number 2, cross-check. When in doubt, just Google it out. It sounds silly, but it works. Seriously. All you need to do is take a few keywords from the headline of the article in question, type them into Google or your preferred search engine, and see what else comes up. If it is a real story, then reputable news sources will likely have picked up that same story already. So click on those news outlets reporting on the same story and see if the details match up. Also, think about if that original story in question might now seem a little bit one-sided or biased compared to that legit cross-checked version. While some news stories out there might not be truly fake, they can be written with a strong bias towards a certain opinion. And there are a lot of opinions out there. But the more you read from different sources reporting on the same news story, the better idea you'll get of the whole picture and all of the different perspectives. And that can help you decide how valid the news story in question is. If no other news outlets are reporting on that story, then you can probably assume that it is fake. But if you're still not 100%, here's tip number 3. Go to an outside source. That outside source could be a parent, an older sibling, or a teacher, or it could be a digital tool like factcheck.org or snopes.com. All right, that's enough talking. Go put your fact-checking skills to the test.